I bet it's cute. Yeah, story. Nice. This cable pattern's really easy when it's all you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. You just you just have to know where to put the cable in.
That's why I've got my row counter. I get you, Starry. I get you. I was also terrible at buying myself clothes. It was like the least of my concerns. I didn't care if it was wholly and barely hanging on by a thread. It was all I had. I didn't need more compared to my other needs. So I get it. Cute. Okay, that's 24. We start back over on 1.
Nice.
All right, Starry. It was good to see you too. Thank you for the lyrics. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah, I should go somewhat quickly.
Yeah. Have a great day, Starry.
Okay, let's start that back over. Had to purl without needing to purl. That's cute. It's cute, Wild.
Looking great.
Yep.
It's coming quick.
Mhm. Hey, did I hit that button? I did. Oh shit. There's the ads. Oh, no, it's starting in a minute. I saw the chat move and I thought that was the ads. And missed 3 times. Swear. Right? This is row 12 of the repeat. This is front.
Ads are now running.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon. We've got the ads going. Fred. Ads, yep. Rip. Get this ready. I'm gonna grab the wrap as soon as I figure out where I stuck it. Oh, it's on my bed. Oh shit! Thank you, anonymous gifter. That was sneaky. That was sneaky. Thank you for the raid. Yeah, they can't hear me. Yep, ad raid confirmed. Oh, that's a 3-month tier 1? What?
Yep.
Holy moly. That's wild.
Mine says 5 seconds left in ads.
All right. Mine did too. They finally counted up to the same time.
Nice.
Welcome, everybody. Sorry about that. Welcome. Sorry about the ads. It happens. How was your stream, Clara? Welcome. Also, congratulations. You are now a beautiful butterfly. Thank you, anonymous gifter. Sneaky, 3-month sub to Galara. Welcome. Welcome, everybody who came in on the raid. Let's see. We've got Peru, Moosey Fate, obviously Galara Dragon, Mr. Bombfunk, Mr. Someone. Nice. AG Crafts. Hello, AG. How was your stream, Galara? How did it go? Welcome, everybody. I'm Hijinks. I'm a fiber artist. I knit, crochet, needlepoint, embroider, cross stitch, sew, shuttle tat, needle tat, diamond paint, color. I created my avatar, and I'm a VTuber. Currently, we just finished this beautiful wrap to the left on my upper left-hand corner. And now we were working on an accessory we were making to go with it. Nice, cool atmosphere. Thank you. Nice stream. Started a new color, but had to revisit an old one since I realized we made a mistake. Oh, well, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Clara. I appreciate you. Guys, if you're not already following Clara Dragon, you should absolutely follow. Can we get a slash command for Clara Dragon, please? Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That being said, Clara's been here before and knew that they were attacking the channel, chat. We are under attack. We need some avatars. People need to type a chat. We need to go. We need to do this. We're gonna lose this fight, Wild.
You're probably right.
It took an hour to undo anchor, redo stitches. Oh no. That sucks, Galara. I'm so sorry, but I'm glad you are back on track now. That's always the best. There's that cheerleader emote. There's that cheerleader emote. Yep. Yep. All right. All right. Here we go. We're hitting the button. That's everybody has signed up to fight. That's gonna sign up to fight. You got 15 seconds or less than now. But yeah, so this is what we've been working on. This beautiful wrap, like right here. We knitted it all up. We've been working on it for just under 2 weeks worth of time. And it's to be a gift for my daughter for Christmas. So that's what we did. It's beautiful and I love it. We got the sleeves all done. For the record, I only started knitting in May. This is the biggest project I've ever knitted and completed. So it's a huge win. It's a huge win. Gigantic. Gigantic win. But typically we do a lot of different things. We crochet, we knit. Like here's another thing I was working on a couple weeks ago. Well, I guess it was last weekend. It's gonna be a shawl. I love it. We've also got this cool little beanie that I've been working on, as well as a matching cowl. Yeah, and these are gonna have gloves that go with them. You can see it's also very shiny yarn. Very shiny yarn. Sparkles. Yeah, Galera. Yeah. So we got gloves that are gonna go with this. We're not quite done with the beanie yet, but we're close. We're close. We have a bunch of different projects in the works right now. So it's hard to like pick which ones we want to work on the most. That makes sense. This was going to be a surprise Christmas present for my parents, but they found out. Oh no! Oh no! They found out. Absolutely, that makes total sense though, Galera, to just take your time and do it the best you can. That always works out the best, right?
We lost, and the rating streamer won.
The rating streamer has won. The attacker was successful. Galera, we have had so many attacks today, and everybody else lost. And today
GG.
you took us down. GG. GG. Make sure you guys give Galera a follow, please. Very nice chill stream. Very good atmosphere. We rated them earlier this week on the birthday stream thing that they were doing. And they were cross stitching and it was very pretty. Recommend checking it out, chat. Dream avatars you can spend. Okay, obviously, I was getting lost because I'm getting tired. We're towards the end of the stream, but no, we're not there yet. Clara, anybody who came in with raid, if you need to go take care of yourself post stream, please feel free to do that. We are also a lurker friendly stream, so don't feel like you have to type and chat if you don't want to. We're kind of just chill for the most part. That's what we mostly do. No matter whether we're playing video games, crafting, crocheting, knitting, we mostly just chill. 4 days ago? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was right. I wasn't 100% sure if it was this week now. All right, cool. Only a little bit late. So what we've been doing is since we've completed this, which we finally completed this today, we decided to go through and make a headband for my daughter that matches the braid. That's what we decided to do. That's what we're working on right now. Oh my god, yeah. What an emote that is. What an emote that is. Thank you for the lurk, Princess Sunglow. Did someone say birthday? Mine's today. Is it? Well, happy birthday, Mr. Someone. Happy freaking birthday. I hope that you are going to have a fantastic birthday. It's nice to meet you. Thank you so much for the raid, Glara. I didn't expect that at all. Yeah, I get you. I get you, Princess Sunglow. Yes, happy freaking birthday. Yours is the 6th, Princess Sunglow? Of December? December 6th. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Oh no. I hope that's correct. I guess we'll find out quickly. So currently, we're just taking the braids that are actually in this wrap and turning it into a headband. Well, a braid, not the braids. But yeah, it's very cute. But yeah, that's what we're up to today. I think I'm actually in the right spot. Magically. I didn't get lost in the pattern. That's a miracle. You have no idea. It's been a time. We had a big problem with the sweater wrap that we were working on. Sweater scarf. And I had to frog back multiple times this week. So that was fun. Thank you. I love this color. I've got another wrap that I was working on that I was making for myself. And it is a slightly different. It's a little bit more of a pink color. But it's very soft and I very much love it. But yeah, this one's for me. The other one's for my daughter. So that's what we do. That's what we do. I'm just glad to be getting my work. Oh, I forgot to show off the train too. I'm sorry, Galera. You deserved better. We also got this adorable little Christmas train. Oh, you ready, Wild? I'm the worst.
You too. Chicka 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 chicka. Choo choo. Chicka 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 chicka.
Thank you.
Woo woo.
His sound effects are the best. Yep. So this is something I've been crocheting. We took a break on it so I could get my daughter's Christmas present done. But now that this is basically done, that will be coming up very soon. Oh well, thank you, Clara. I don't know about that, but thank you very much. I work hard. I'll give it that. But yeah, so well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. So that cable wrap was the first time I've ever done cables on a project and completed it. So it feels kind of huge to get it done. Feels kind of huge to have it done. Big accomplishment. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, I think it's this way. Yes. It is this way. Here we go. What's the curly thing do? So that one is a cable stitch holder. It helps me split my stitches and separate them so that I can make these pretty braids. Typically, people use something that looks more like... Where'd it go? There it is. Typically, people use something that looks more like this. I don't like these. I don't like these. Mostly because these little arms stick out in the way, and when you're trying to knit, you're just like fighting with it and bumbling with it. So I prefer not to. So my partner looked on Amazon and found these. So yeah, it hangs down in considerably less profile and doesn't get in my way as much. So I very much like that more. But yeah, so basically you just put a